Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, today I'm gonna go through my I'm going on vacation soon, so this is gonna be the last video before that. So this is gonna be my only video that I'm gonna do on my PC. The rest are gonna be done on my tablet, so the quality might be a bit trashy. I mean, it's not any good now, but yeah. So okay, let's get into it. And firstly, it's the British Grand Prix and it's the last of the triple headers. And apologies again for my inconsistency, and I'm gonna do this right. So first I will get on to my track walk. So this is what a lap around Silverstone looks like. Well, this track is one track I know at the back of my head, but I know it's starting from the other side because I do a lot of GT3 racing, and this is Abbey Corner. So, and now we go into Farm Curve, and we come across a very tricky and slow corner. It's an S-shaped corner, so you usually take this in second gear or first gear based on your car, and this one you drop down a gear, brake hard, and take this corner as well. In F1 cars, I'm pretty sure you can take this flat, and your goal is to hit this curb and to exit on the rumble strip there, and you can get your wheel as wide as you dare over there in order to maximize your speed into this stretch. And over here you need to brake hard and be very gentle on the throttle. Even a Miata can oversteer here and lose so much time on the upcoming straight. This is Luffield, and it's the same with this place. It's very tricky with throttle application. You need to be gentle, and then when you know you have the grip, you can just bam get on throttle, because you can overtake a lot of cars on this straight. And now it's Cops Corner. Like around here you can get a lot of overtakes done, get your car positioned to overtake people. And many people, it's very tricky to overtake on cops, but it's one of my favorite overtaking spots because when you get it right, it's so rewarding. And now we get into the most famous section, Maggots, Beckett's. Maggots here, and now we start with Beckett's. So Maggots, you brake at the end, and over here also you trail the brake and get some good angle here, not like what I did, but you need to point your car straight at this curve, and then you shoot down straight over here. And at the end of the straight you get down to third gear, and you turn in a bit earlier than you expect. I think I carried way too much speed here, so you turn in over here. And now we come on to another very slow place after at it's what's the name of this corner? This is Club Corner, and okay, so now we get on to, is it the International Straight or the Hangar Straight? I can't remember, but did you know that Silverstone was actually an airfield? And so that's why the Hangar Straight, this is the International Straight, but the Hangar Straight is, now we get on to Abbey, and I think that covers the lap. Yeah, this is the lap done. So that was the track walk. And wait, before I get further, let me pull up how I grade the Austrian Grand Prix weekend, and I will do it as usual with the tier list. So there you go. Okay, I have spelled Britain awfully wrong here because I put my stuff in folders. I spelled it Briton. Okay, so here are my team rating. This is my team tier list. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. So Aston Martin is in D because D stands for dog shit right now. And then Red Bull because they fumbled some pit stops. It's just because if you put their standard as an average, how they're used to having really good pit stops, good strategy calls and whatnot, and they fumbled, so that's why I dropped Red Bull down there. Williams, painful. Stake, again same. RB wasn't too good. Ferrari, still trying to figure out their upgrades. Mercedes, Alpine, doing better than expected. Positively surprised. Mercedes was there to take the win. Haas, I have no idea why or how, but they even didn't have the best strategy, but they managed to pull out some good results, and one of their drivers finished ahead of a Red Bull. I mean, it's not surprising if it's Perez, but the last lap overtake was brilliant. Let's get on to that later. And McLaren right on top because as a team they did really great, and I think they are the best team on the grid at the moment. So now let's move on to our drivers, starting with the dog shit tier. which is Logan Sargent. Because why was he so far behind? I know he had a front wing change, and did he just give up hope and just drive for the sake of driving? I don't know. Feels like he was on his own little roller coaster ride, but pulling a really bad job. And Fernando Alonso, I have no idea what he did. He just punted Joe out of nowhere. This is not your typical Fernando. And then Perez, do I need to talk about him? First, he torpedoes into Piastri and Leclerc. Leclerc suffered damage because of that, and then drove a very poor race. I know he had damage, and all the Perez fans will come after me for this, but that's no excuse. He was shit. I told you, this is going to be Perez's European slam dunk as usual. So then I'll get on to Max later. Yuki, compared to Daniel, was mediocre, and Joe also pretty mediocre compared to his teammate Lewis. Lewis was a bit hard to grade. I put him here, and then later on I found that he did have a lot of damage. There was a big hole in his side pod. His flow edge was damaged. And I listened to James Allison say that he was suffering around 2 to 3 tenths. I think he said 2 tenths. I can't remember my brain, but it was around 2 to 4 tenths of pace difference. So if you factor that in, yeah, it makes sense why he finished so far behind George. And also he wasn't in threat. He was just driving his own little race. And plus he was unlucky to get the track limit penalty when he's entering the pit lane. But I mean, if you can say that was poor Lewis for that, it was poor Oscar for getting his penalty. It would have been an Oscar win if it wasn't for his penalty as well on qualifying. If you did not know, Oscar put his wheel in the gravel. No, he did not put it in the gravel, but then he still got a penalty. I'm not 100% sure. I'll just put a screenshot here of how far into there he was, but it was pretty unfair. And I believe that if there was a gravel trap should be the deciding factor, not just a microscopic movement. So Ocon, fine race. Albon gave us some hope for Williams points, but fell back. Bottas, he's driving a wheelie bin. And okay, now we go to the ATR. This is the interesting part. Why is Lance Stroll here? Yeah, he didn't do anything stupid, and I think he's rubbing off on Fernando Alonso, and yeah, he's outshining him. The past few races he's been doing better. So I have no idea what's happening down at Aston. They might have done some brain transplant or something, but no, I don't know. And then there's Charles Leclerc. My god, the unluckiest man on earth. Do I need to explain anything? His engine didn't work, and then he got punted in the race, and his qualifying was also messed up. He overshot it himself, but my god, he's been having a very bad weekend. Actually, after Monaco, it's been bad luck after bad luck for him. And Pierre Gasly, brilliant drive, not amazing, but compared to his teammate, I love that Chow. Well done on his part. Daniel Ricciardo drove very well, and I think it's the most underrated driver, or the one who did not get the most amount of attention, but I'm glad he got points as well. Carlos Sainz was there to collect the pieces left by the leading two drivers, so that was great too. Oscar Piastri, same case, didn't, and also he had really good tire management. No one talked about it, but Oscar's tire management was great in that race, especially Red Bull Ring. It's really hard to keep your tires intact, and Oscar did a great job. So let's hope he does it in Silverstone too, then we might even see him win. Oops, I might have spoiled the predictions. So next we move on to, let's skip over Lando 2. Kevin Magnussen didn't do anything stupid, brought home points in a Haas, and that's why I put Nico Hülkenberg up there too. Pretty good drive from him, and that overtake on Perez, he got into his mind, and easy STF for him. And George Russell, he won the race. He did not do anything too good or too bad. I mean, no, too good I would say, yeah, boring is best, you know. He had a boring race, but it was really good for his part. Oh, Toto's jump scare on him was hilarious though. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but I will put what happened there on the screen. But yeah, that was hilarious. And now we move on to Max and Lando. Max, oh man, it's back to 2021 for him. He was defending very dangerously. Many people might be like, oh no, it's not Max's fault, it's Lando's fault, but I know the move that got him in trouble wasn't technically a big mistake, but everything else that led to it probably frustrated Norris, and that's why Norris is also in the ATA, not in the STA. He drove very well, but under pressure, I think he now gets a feeling what it's like to be Lewis Hamilton or Charles Leclerc, or I don't know, anyone who's fought Max. And fighting Max is pretty hard. You need to not succumb to his games, and this is Lando's learning period. I'm sure after he figures it out, he's going to pull out a win on proper pace. So let's hope it's this week. And yeah, that leaves my driver ratings, and now I will move on to my predictions. So I'm going to just do this on the fly. And okay, what do I predict? So for pole position, I would predict, I've been saying Oscar Piastri all these few weeks, so he did not make it. I think I'm going to give it to Max Verstappen. Let's hope he does not make it this time. And the P5 onwards, I will go upwards. P5 would be George Russell. I know after a win, but I heard Red Bull is going to bring some good upgrades. So if Max just flies into the distance, Perez will be like 30 seconds behind, and that's still ahead. I think Perez might come and take 4th. And for P3 and 2, I will put the McLaren boys, but I'm thinking which order. I would put Lando on 3rd and Oscar on 2nd, and that obviously brings me to Lewis Hamilton, P1. Yes, I did say it. I know I had predicted this quite a lot, but I think it would be very poetic if Lewis takes a win here for Mercedes on his last year at his home track. So, well, that ends my predictions, and I might insert a few news if anything appears right here, with a little montage of me driving on Silverstone with in sta cosa competizione. I recently started online racing, but I don't think these highlights are from an online race. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one then. Bye.